Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 13, Fan Reactions Live. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. Spoilers, in my mind, were pretty good. There were a couple things that the spoilers did leave out. We're going to talk about that. A few scenes that were better. I'm going to be perfectly honest, but there were also a couple things that I think we were spot on. I see some people, awesome episode, that was a 10, it was a 10. I saw somebody type a little bit ago, though, with the Highwaymen, and I'm going to stick to, I think the Highwaymen will be an acquired taste, but I am going to agree. Somebody said they were a little corny, and I think they were as well. I know they're going to serve a bigger purpose. I know that we'll probably like them at some point, but, you know, they showed up and killed 3 walkers, and you know, their tagline was, we're the Highwaymen, and we're your escort to the fair. It was a little bit, yeah, all right. We'll jump into the super chat. I want to say thanks, first of all, for all of you being here. Look, I love The Walking Dead, but I got to be honest. I can't just come here and make up things and tell you guys things that aren't true. If there's something that seems a little out of place, I got to call it out. Scott Curtin super chatting it says, one of the best episodes of the season. Pace is quick. Now that I will definitely give to you, Scott. Look, we did say this a little bit earlier. Angela Kang is doing a phenomenal job. Ella Smith says, don't trust them. They definitely could be out for themselves. But Ella, see, here's the thing. Our group, when we see something that helps us, we like latch onto us like, yes, they're good. I told you they're going to be good. We like them. And then if they sell somebody out or they become traitors, then I would just be very, very skeptical at this point. You don't even know them, people. Look, we only got to see them like 5 minutes. Just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Don't throw your trust out there in just 5 minutes of airtime. Valar super chatting says, all the Highwaymen are going on a pike. That's an interesting perspective. Very possible, very possible. So, Valar, you know what? We need to add the Highwaymen discussion, though, to the Pick'em or Pike'em category. Let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. What were your thoughts about the fight? I thought the fight was very well done. That's kind of what I was zoning in toward. I still thought the Henry Lydia stuff was awkward. Tom Ferreira says, Beta, one scary melon farmer. Beta is definitely a scary melon farmer. 1189 Paris says, best fight on the show ever. I'll give you that. I really liked that Beta outsmarted Daryl and then Daryl outsmarted Beta. So I do think, now, hey, the Rick and Negan fight was pretty good too, where he set Lucille on fire. You know what? I'm going to ask you guys, what was better? Rick and Negan or Beta and Daryl? Leave your thoughts. We got June Smith super chatting at Movie Anyone? I was floored when Carol said that. Good episode. Beta's freaking monster. I was yelling, Daryl, get up. Yeah. There are a lot of people cheering for Beta. I like the Rick and Negan fight too, myself, personally. Rick and the drunk. Yeah. That was a good fight too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm willing to say, I think it might have been the best choreographed fight ever. As far as relevance to the show, I do like the Rick and Negan fight. Sorry. Did like the episode, though. The Lydia scrunching her nose and Henry kind of, grinning every time she walked by. And it happened last week, too. When they were at the Whisper Camp and Lydia went by to gather some of the things and she knelt down, she walked away and Henry just got this little smile. And he keeps doing these, these cool little smiles. But I'm going to tell you one thing I did notice today. and I did not think it was corny, is Daryl is giving Connie the stare down. If you guys did not notice that, there was one scene in particular where they were exchanging notes back and forth, and Connie was writing something, and Daryl was just staring at her for at least 5 seconds. There is no doubt about it. That's going to happen. That is for sure going to happen. And it was the only time he really did it, and I saw, Daryl's weak. Daryl's weak. Everybody caught that. Good. It was intentional. We got E-Beat says, don't hate me. I'm liking the Henry and Lydia thing. Eric, I won't hate you. And I may like it. I don't really like it yet. It's such an awkward transition. And I'll give you an example. And I know you're going to say, well, look, Henry and Connie are I'm sorry, Henry making a big move with Connie. Henry and Lydia are younger and they're not as experienced with this, but I like the way the Daryl and Connie thing's playing out much, much better. I just do. We got Valar super chatting. Everyone will hate me. Have seen better fights with two women. It wasn't long enough. Daryl didn't really get beat up, and more punches should have been thrown. All in all, not a bad episode. Hey, no, I don't. Valar, I completely respect your opinion. And one of the things that we did say was this episode, a lot of it was going to hinge on how good the fight was. Nothing wrong with that opinion at all. I honestly thought the fight was going to be like the last 15 minutes. And I definitely would have liked to seen a better fight. But I do want to point out a couple things with the fight. Is Beta knew if it would have been longer, could have been better, but there was some good strategy to the fight. Like Beta saw Daryl shooting the crossbow, so he knew once he broke open the door, that first shot was going to be right at him. And I thought that was brilliant the way he blocked it. Now, Daryl's neck was awfully close to that. I felt like Beta could have just kind of pushed his head down on the saw if he would have wanted to. Probably should have. Each one had a chance to kill the other one, and they didn't capitalize on it. So that I had a problem with. But then Daryl kind of hiding really quickly under there, and then I thought it would have been better if he would have drop-kicked Beta. That would have been a cooler fight scene in my mind. June Smith says, Merle would have taken Beta out. Love Connie. So the strategy to the fight was good. Dog was badass, says Tom Ferreira. How ironic is it that Henry takes a shot to the leg and his brother, well, Henry got stabbed to the leg, and his brother got shot in the leg, and the first thing I'm thinking was like, he's going to bleed out just like his brother. But no, he didn't. Unfortunately. But that had to be a callback, right? So one of the things that we did get confirmed was that next week's episode is going to be a real episode with the flashbacks. I had heard that. See, and here's the way I was visualizing it. Because for the last 3 weeks, all I've heard was flashback. It's going to be a complete flashback. And then today, when I got the information, I started thinking like, wait a minute. There's going to be a pretty good transition. And we also did say that Daryl would go to Alexandria. That's something we called earlier as well, too. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if Alpha does follow them there. And if Sadiq does perhaps become a traitor. More on that. William from the 999 Walking Billboard says, best scene ever. Carol ended standoff with movie invite. If only she could offer McDonald's donut bites in the commercial, she would win the Apocalypse Lady of the Year. There's a lot to that super chat, William. Yeah, I've got some completely off-topic stuff. I'm going to save it for one of our Freestyle Fridays, though. But thank you for that super chat. I did like the comic relief there, and she did it as only. Actually, Carol had another good scene in there too, and I wrote it down as one of my favorites from the episode. I actually thought it was better when they're talking about negotiating, and Ezekiel says, "What if it doesn't work?" She says, "Okay, well then we kill him." I mean, it's a complete farce because obviously they'd be dead, but I thought that was just typical Carol. Carol's got some good one-liners. Sherry Bentley following up says, best scene is Carol offering them a movie was brilliant. Yes, certainly was. And I got a feeling when we do our recap that there's going to be some of that negotiating that's going to be in there. Sheila Mack, how's Beta getting out of the elevator? Kills, jump. I feel like Beta, here's if you guys want my bold prediction. First of all, if you guys want my bold prediction of how Beta is going to get out of the elevator, then everybody pike the like button right now. We got 300, 400, 500 people back and forth in this thing. Let's get these likes up, and I'm going to give you my prediction, which I think will be confirmed through spoiler. Everybody pike that like button if you want it. I'm on to something here. I'm visualizing it already. I know the way it's going to go down. Tom Ferreira says, Season 9 is my favorite season so far. Season 9 has been legit. All right, we got everybody hitting it. So this is what I think he's going to do. Now, I don't think he's going to climb, June. I think Beta's a big boy. I think, remember when Daryl first went up the stair, we saw L1? So it's already planted in our mind that how many levels they go up. I think Beta's going to look at the wall, and he's going to see like level 3 or whatever, so we're going to know what floor he's on. And I think he's going to jump up and down. No, seriously, I'm not even making this up. I think he's just going to jump, and his weight is just going to keep kind of like forcing this elevator down until he can climb out. You guys have seen Die Hard, right? There's a lot of scenes in an elevator shaft. I think it's going to be something to do with his weight. Because he's already got the buffer, so I think he's just going to kind of, keep jumping until he forces the thing down. Yeah, like Donkey Kong. That's my bold prediction. Wait for the spoilers next week and we'll confirm it. No. It ain't going to be like Donkey Kong, but you get the idea. Let's see. I got a couple more call-outs. You know what? I do have to say, and I know it's not related to this week's episode, go back and watch the Judith Michonne scene. It is absolutely brilliant. I've watched that 3 times now, and the acting is phenomenal. That girl is amazing. William, the Walking Dead billboard, says he will climb out, and right at the top, Alpha will appear and help him the remaining way, my prediction. Well, they have to end up at Kingdom at some point. And I do think I know the way that's going to go down. Scott Kernan, next episode looks very great, very emotional. Well, it's going to give you a little bit of both. We're going to get the flashbacks of the Judith and Michonne. And then we're going to get the real time with Daryl being there. How many people think that Alpha is going to show up in Alexandria? That that's their next move? How many people think that Alpha is going to take somebody down and Sadiq is going to rat on them and give them the location of the kingdom? That's the way I think it's going to go down. We got Beta, the chosen one. You're a popular dude tonight, man. Part flashback, part present day next week. Yes, I am glad we got that information today. That really, really made me happy because I thought there was going to be this huge... I thought it was going to be too rushed. But now that we know some major stuff's going to go down next week, it looks like... You guys think we're going to start to see the Red Fair next week? Even before 15? Here's the bad news, everybody. We only got 3 episodes left. What the... Come on. The season is almost over. Scott Kernan super chatting and says, is all of Hilltop at the Kingdom right now? I don't think all the Hilltop, but I do like the fact that there's a lot of people already there. I was a little worried. When I saw the scene of Carol and Nabila, I was like, wait a minute, man. This is going to be, it's going to be a, it ain't going to be a red fair. It's going to be a dead fair because nobody's showing up. But certainly looks like we're going to have hundreds of people, which is going to make it a little bit easier, I think, for a couple of the Whisperers to blend in. It's just, we're going to have to find a way to get Michonne and Daryl can't really be there if Alpha is going to kill somebody and maybe get some info from Sadiq. I still think there's a possibility Sadiq could turn traitor. I mean, they've got to know about the Kingdom somehow. William, the Walking Dead billboard says, Carl saved him and died. He better not turn on the group. So long ago, though. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I know the people really want to make it about that Sadiq has this eternal debt of gratitude, but I don't know. William, I think that debt's been paid. I think he saved enough people as a doctor. They've moved on. And we got to find a way to get Alpha and Beta to the Kingdom. I don't think they'll just show up there or just know about it. We're going to talk about that during the week. If you guys caught a lot of our streams this week, we had some pretty detailed chat about the X-Scars theories. Really, really good debate with that. We talked about Sadiq possibly being a traitor, and we also talked about the Highwaymen and what we were expecting. So let me do this as a follow-up to the episode. Many of you were part of our countdown at 8 o'clock, so we all gave ratings before the show started. And overall, it looked like we were about a 8.8, I think, as a group. So I want you to give me a follow-up rating right now from a scale of 1 to a 10 where you actually rate this episode after you saw everything. I gave it an 8.5. And I'm going to give my follow-up score in 1 second to let you know if I've went a little bit better or a little bit worse. So we got some 10s, we got some 9s. Oh, the hype meter is there. But look, I will say that the last couple weeks, the spoilers were accurate, but the way we articulated the spoilers made it seem... It made it seem a little bit slower than it was. And I think we should know by now, there's nothing slow about Angela Kang's episodes. She's doing a tremendous job. All right, I am actually going to give it... I'm going to give it a 9. I'm actually raising my score from an 8.5 to a 9. First of all, why is it not a 10? Because I think the Lydia-Henry relationship is overboard. I think at this point we know that there's a bond there. We know that they're willing to do anything for each other. The more they show it, the more awkward it gets. Other than that, I like that the Highwaymen have a sense of humor. I like that they didn't kill people. They took their stuff, and then that as corny as they did seem, I'm open toward them as a group. I don't love them, but I'm open toward them being a part of what happens. Some things that I thought actually gained points that made me raise it from an 8.5 to a 9 is the Kingdom being willing to fight when Diana shot the arrow, I'm like, okay, the kingdom is not, they've evened the odds. If both groups fight, they're both going to lose people. So at first I thought the kingdom would just be completely off guard. So I thought they had a little bit of negotiating power. I do like the Daryl and Connie dynamic. I thought that was very well done. Two things that I thought could have been done a little bit better. Am I the only person that thought 10 people in Tara's group could probably lift the end of that log and just kind of walk it around instead of spending an hour chopping it? Am I the only person that thought that? If the tree fell, more than likely, look, I'm just saying. And the other thing, am I the only one that was a little disappointed that Earl could not throw one walker off of himself, but Tammy Rose could kill 3? Just saying. It was almost Fear the Walking Dead convenient. Just a couple call-outs. You know what? Anytime I do this, I get criticized for being honest about the show. We got William, the Walking Dead billboard. I'm not sold on Lydia. She's playing Henry. She will find location of kingdom and tell Mama Alpha. You know what? I disagree with William. I agree with William on a lot. What do you guys think about that last super chat? Do you think Lydia is all in? That she is ready to run away with Henry? Or do you guys think that she still could be tricked into going back with Alpha? She's still tricking people. Let's see what the group thinks. William, you're not alone with that. There's several people that are going to agree with you. I think she's all in. It's just my personal opinion. But I certainly appreciate that perspective. Oh, there's several people. Not sold, not sold. Very nice. We got Northside Queen. Angela Kang has exceeded my expectations this season. One of the best seasons, hands down. P.S. Daryl was looking at Connie the way Rick did Michonne. Very well said. That is actually an awesome point. And we know what happened. Man, I hope Connie doesn't die. I really hope Connie doesn't die. Because I'm okay with the Daryl-Connie relationship because they're both badasses. Like Rick and Michonne, I was okay with that relationship because they didn't dwell on it, make it overly mushy. They actually took care of business when they had to take care of business. What else we got? We got Crystal, the singer chick, Gore, kills. We didn't see Enid or Alden, others from Hilltop, at the fair. You think Alpha's group will go slaughter Hilltop before the fair? No, I think they're there. I just don't think they had a chance to show all of them, Crystal. And as a singer chick, you better believe that Alden will be there. There's no way, after them talking about it, that Alden and Luke are not going to sing a song. They've hyped up Symphony of Awesome too much for them not to at least give one performance. I'm telling you, I'm predicting they sing Shallow. Won a lot of awards. Chance Fox says, super chatting, Whisperers follow Daryl and company to Alexandria, ambush Sadiq's group en route to the fair. Sadiq flips to live and shows them the way to kingdom. That I like. I really, really like that. Let me know what you guys think about Chance Fox. So instead of actually going into Alexandria and taking them down, Sadiq's running a group up there. They're running a little bit behind. Alpha cuts them off, and Sadiq cuts a deal. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think you just filled in one of the blanks that I had working in my mind. Let's see. I think you might have. Yeah, because I mean the thing that we got to remember, and Chance just brought this up, is that they're all leaving at different times. And the roads are clear now thanks to the Highwaymen, so now they're not going to be slowed down. So it's going to be pretty smooth sailing for anyone. Also, if you guys saw that little teaser trailer with Alpha and Beta, that little wooded clearing where they're at, it looks like a little side road going into a main road. Definitely going to be more to that. So, look, episode 14 could be where we learn about the scars and we also get a traitor in the group. I mean, that would be a great episode. I think 14 is shaping up to be awesome. We got Ando1 super chatting it. And also, just as a reminder, if you guys super chat, make sure to type the comments. Because we want to get your thoughts and your interaction involved. Also, with a ton of people here, be on your best behavior, everybody. Hey, we're adults. We know it's going to get a little bit loose with stuff, but be smart with your questions, guys. Don't be rude to anybody. Or the moderators will they'll be on it. Northside Queen super chatting says, if Sadiq does flip on them, then his karma would be Rosita and the baby dying. Oh. Interesting. Well, I gave Rosita only a 40% chance to be piked. But Northside Queen, let's kind of flip it. Could Sadiq not immediately turn? And could the death of someone be what makes him fear for his own life? Possibly Rosita. Maybe Sadiq is in a group with Sadiq, Father G, Eugene, Rosita. Could be the love rectangle. Maybe Sadiq's love rectangle is on their way and the four of them get confronted. And we get a little bit of a callback. Remember when Eugene got taken prisoner by the Saviors? And it does make sense that they could be lagging behind because of Rosita. Alpha kills her anyway. Oh, boy. Hey, as bad as I am, as disappointed as I appear to be, I was reading someone's comment, that we only have 3 episodes left. How much hype and how much action is going to be in the last 3 episodes? I mean, you guys know. Julia, the choke point was level 1 of the stairs. That was the choke point. Because the walkers couldn't climb up the stairs. So they set a trap to choke them out there so only the Whisperers could climb over. Tommy's like, I got no notification again. Yeah, Tommy, we have this calendar on the fan page that we post every week. Same time. You don't need a notification, my man. We do this thing every week. It's on your calendar. Miller H, love the channel. Super chatting it. When do you think we see Negan? Next week. I think Negan is either next week or 15. I still think he's the dude in the ripped up shirt. It's got to be Negan, right? William super chatting and says, if Rosita dies, who goes nuts? If Rosita dies, Eugene goes nuts. So let me say this about Eugene. Eugene's character is not going to die. Eugene is about to take a major, major turn. And I'm telling you, mark this down right now. We got Dead on Leprechaun with the Tara timer. I know you liked you some Tara tonight, Dead on Leprechaun. I'm going to say Eugene is about to be a crowd favorite. He already is gaining some traction. But remember, Eugene is the one, and this is where it started to change for me. I've always liked him, honestly. But when he gave the gift to Father G, and then Father G goes over, and Sadiq and Rosita, and they all go inside, and you see Eugene kind of looking, I felt a lot of respect for him. Like, he just made that happen. And as much as he cares about Rosita, when something happens to her, and I do think something will happen to her, I don't think she'll get piked, but I don't think she'll be around. I think Eugene is going to be a totally different character. I think that's going to be his transition on the television show. Sheila Mack, what was your favorite part of this episode, Kills? My favorite part of the episode, personally, I like the silly things that don't make sense. I mean, it's just the way I am. And I think sometimes when I call them out, people, they get the wrong idea and they think I'm nitpicking. I like the fact that, well, here, I don't have an official count. Emmy, stop it. This has been a battle, I think. I think Emmy's having a battle with me for like the last. As much as I battle with Steph over Negan, I think Emmy is taking the new Tara stance. Long live Tara. Tommy the Man Bun is super chatting for being late. It's okay, Tommy. But I will go back and say, you're right, great episode. So now I got two battles going on at once. But I'm going to win those battles. I'm going to win it. I'm in it to win it. So back to the question of what was my favorite part of the episode. I like to find humor in the silly things on the show and not really dwell on it. For example, as we talked about, I'm pretty sure all those people could have moved that big log out of the way. I know they could have. But yet they're chopping it. And then Kelly kind of freaking out at the same time, and Tara's like, here, take this. And you got one person carrying like a little twig across the street, so not a very effective use of their time. But the question that I have is, who had the most kills of anyone on tonight's episode? That I find extremely humorous. I don't have an official count, but I'm kind of playing in my head. I think there was one person that rose above all the rest. I think it was Tammy Rose. I think Tammy Rose had the most kills of anybody on the show. If not, it was a close second. That, to me, is funny as hell. Just exactly. The woman with the baby puts a baby in a chest, closes the chest, and then she goes berserk mode and starts killing. I'll tell you why that's probably a problem. We got William, the Walking Dead billboard, says, yes, I want to see Negan Eugene. You will see it, William. They're not killing them. The reason why I think it's a problem with Tammy Rose, was there anybody tonight that slightly started liking her? Because she got a lot of hate. She got as much hate as Henry. And we gave it 100% chance she was going to die. And in fact, we did the pick 'em or pike 'em. You guys gave it a 97% chance that she died. Come on, not even the slightest little bit of seeing her with the baby. A little bit, Rebecca Mendez, just a little. I'm not saying whole scale. I'm not telling you to go from hating her to liking her. I'm just saying, was there a slight little bit tonight that you were like, that's kind of cute, you know, what her and Earl are trying to do? A sliver, exactly. And the reason I bring this up is because last week you guys probably would have said, look, if it's between a Whisperer and Tammy Rose, I don't care. They could both die. So now I think she's just slightly ahead of somebody you don't care about is my point. Not a lot, but I'm just saying just a slight little bit of interest. And the fact she went beast mode, I thought was cool. And she had the most kills. So the record for kills goes to Tammy Rose. The fact that Earl couldn't roll a walker off of him, the dude can make 24 horseshoes to take to the fair, but he can't fend off one walker. See, that's what I like the most. And I'm going to ask the group. So if you had one thing to react to tonight, pick one thing. What was the most shocking, most enjoyable part of tonight's episode? Leave your thoughts and comments below. And if I had to pick like my reaction, the most shocking, it would have been that Daryl saw how big Beta was, didn't even go over to the elevator shaft to look. He just spit to make sure that Beta was dead. I don't know about you, but I would have been looking for like some lighter fluid. I would have set that thing on fire. I would have made sure that 100%. So the question I have for you, everybody, Daryl has gotten Glenn killed. He has driven a truck through the sanctuary, got Carl killed, and everybody that Beta kills from here on out is going to be Daryl's responsibility because Daryl kicked a guy in an elevator shaft or knocked him in an elevator shaft, and Cardinal Sin number 1 did not even look to see if the man was dead. So when Beta kills people, he should have been dead, and it's all Daryl's fault, the king of bad decision making. There you go, everybody. He did spit, though. I thought that was a nice touch. Why not just shoot him in the head to be sure? You got time, Daryl. Everybody else is blaming Henry. I love it. I gotta rile up all the Daryl, all the passionate Daryl fans out there. But the best part of the rest of this season is going to be when Beta walks up to Daryl and he's going to be like, oh, shit, that son bitch ain't dead. I mean, I don't even know what his reaction is going to be. Sorry. I don't think I've ever said that before in a live stream. But anyway, you get the idea. Of all the things I'm looking forward to, I think that's going to be priceless, is Daryl's reaction when he sees that. And I don't know what Beta's going to say, but I can guarantee you, if there's one thing you don't do it. You don't spit on somebody. That small bit of Daryl's saliva is going to cost a whole lot of people their lives. Trust me on that. William, the 999 Walking Billboard, says, we can't have any Daryl blame here. Hey, I'm just saying, you don't. If you're going to spit on somebody, you better make sure that they're dead. 100%. And if that's one thing that we never learn about The Walking Dead, that's the way it goes down. All right, everybody, we're going to wind this thing down. We are about 35 minutes, and I know some of you guys want to catch the end of Talking Dead because we want to see the sneak peek from next week. We're going to get all the details we can. I want to thank you guys for another phenomenal week. Once again, if you guys can all do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're not a member of the 999 Army, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to our 999 Dead channel, and make sure to check us out on our Facebook fan page. We're getting ready to hit 1,000 fans on the fan page, like blowing my mind. And the numbers here, I think we're going to be 100,000 subs before we get to the summer. You guys are just growing this channel like unbelievable. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We got a very action-packed week next week. Starting tomorrow night, we're going to do an early stream at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock here is going to be our sneak peek. We're going to talk about all these teasers and trailers. We're also going to be doing the Passage reaction video at 10:10 tomorrow night. And then at 8 o'clock and 9:30 all throughout the rest of the week, we're going to be doing dual streams. So it's going to be a double shot week. Thank you so much. Literally 20-something thousand comments on our videos this week. You guys are super, super active, and please don't change anything. June Smith said, Kills, can I have one stream remembering Rick? Please, please, please. June, if we can get about 100 people to go hashtag TWD Red Fair, I will absolutely do a Rick Remembrance stream just for you. So let's see what the 999 Army wants to do with that. We also got William. Super Chat it one more time says, you guys get your donut bites in the morning. I am. William, you saw too many commercials. And I think that's one of those commercials to kind of pay it forward a little bit. So let's see if we can take it out with hashtag the Walking Dead Fair, Walking Dead Red Fair, just for June. Can we do it, everybody? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much to the Patreons. If you guys, top left-hand corner, if you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, participating in some of our polls that are offline, helping me do some creative stuff to develop the channel, getting a sneak peek of stuff we do behind the scenes, where I go, what I do, all those things. There's a link down below. If you're interested in becoming a channel member through YouTube and get some special emojis, there's a link to that as well. Also want to give a special shout out to the moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, and of course all the super chatters. A ton of super chats here tonight. You guys really keep the conversation fresh and exciting. So thank you guys as well. We'll do some more shout outs tomorrow night, but I'm going to give one big shout out to the 999 Army because you guys have just watched a ton of streams and your participation has been absolutely amazing this week. Thanks everybody. One more time. Pike that like button for the Highwaymen, and I will see everybody tomorrow night, special time at 7 o'clock. Have a good night. Peace.